Now, I did not know that Mike Stanley played water polo. More to the point, when we were talking about water polo and what was going on, I've always seen water polo played in the Parkinson Rec Center swimming pool, or out there at the Aquatic Center swimming pool. Water polo is something you play in an indoor swimming pool. And so it was Mike Stanley who said, Phil, I just thought you might like to know. We're going to be playing water polo this weekend, but we're doing it outside in the lake at the north end of City Park, kind of thing, just down there by the docks. You should come down and see it. Well, it was a gorgeous day. It was sunny and warm, and I thought, oh, what the hey, support Mike, go down, take a look at this thing, water polo being played in the lake. Oh, my God. It was unreal. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous day, like it's going to be this Saturday, is, by the way. Daytime high on this coming Saturday is 31 degrees in the sunshine. But the Water Polo Club had brought grandstands down to the edge of the water. People were walking on by, but as they were walking on by, they couldn't help stop but just sort of take a look at what's going on, because down there, a couple of steps and just off the edge of the concrete jetty was this huge outdoor pool that had been created. Had some docking along the north end, but clearly they had set up this huge water polo course right there on the edge of the lake. And I got to tell you, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I sat there on the grandstand with everybody else. It was jammed. I don't know anything about water polo, but they were having a heck of a time down there in the water. It was a little choppy at times, in part driven by the swimmers themselves. As the ball is thrown back and forth, and one of the swimmers arches up out of the water and aims, and wham, that ball goes across and goes into the net past the goalie. It was spectacular. So they're doing it again. The Water Polo Swim Club is doing water polo in the lake this weekend. It is the third annual Kelowna Classic water polo tournament, and it is taking place on Saturday, Sunday, the 12th and the 13th, right down there at the lakeshore. So I thought, Ben Halsell, I hope I haven't stolen any of your enthusiasm or robbed you any of your best notes, but I had such a good time last year. I just had to jump in and try to convey what a great day you guys, you the men and the women, were putting on down there.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's great to hear that people came by who know not so much about water polo, got the chance to watch it and to come down and see it. So this year is going to be bigger and better. We had one course set up the last couple of years, and this year we've got two. We've grown a bit, and it's going to be a really fun 2 days of water polo with kids and adults playing games for the weekend and kind of vying to be champions of the lake. So
but you're almost defining for me, though. You're almost defining for me a significant number of people who play water polo. To me, water polo is sort of this really fringy kind of thing way out there. Hardly anybody ever does this. And as I said at the walk-in here, it was Mike Stanley that kind of opened my eyes to it, and you and the other people that were in the lake. How many people play water polo here in the city of Kelowna, or have you got teams coming in from elsewhere?
Well, we have about 150 players in our club in Kelowna, and then we have teams coming from elsewhere. So we have about 200 players, 22 teams this year. And, we've got teams coming from Edmonton. We've got players coming from Winnipeg and Ottawa and from Vancouver Island. So, we've got teams coming from all over BC. And
so you're getting a bit of a rep.
We are getting a bit of a rep. Who doesn't want to come to the Okanagan? I mean, it's a great spot to come visit. And if you can, get a weekend of games in as well, then why not? So yeah, it's grown, and we're really excited. We've even got a couple of Olympians coming to play as well. So they're bringing a team. One of them is bringing a team from Edmonton, and she's a recent two-time Olympian. So she's bringing her kind of friends, and it's a chance. Like water polo is normally played as kind of men's and women's, but we have a co-ed tournament, so it's a chance for players who wouldn't normally play with one another to kind of jump on a team and come and play in a fun tournament on the lake.
So this is the third Kelowna Classic Lake Water Polo Tournament. Am I to correctly assume that Ben Halsell's been there from the beginning?
It was my idea, yeah. But I had a lot of help. So you got to have someone crazy enough to want to organize these things to get them going. But it's been great to kind of see it grow, and the community over the last 3 years that we've done it has grown immensely. So we've only been a club for 5 years, and we just had our first youth players go and win gold at provincial national championships in Montreal. So that was really exciting as well. So
okay, you're being a little modest here. So let's come on, let's give credit where credit's due. You proudly are saying that your son Liam was one of the boys who won silver in the 15 and under boys.
He was indeed, yeah. So my son played in Montreal with Team BC, the 15U A team, and we won silver in the tournament. So it was a great last weekend, and all those players that played in Montreal, we're coming back to play on the lake this weekend. So it's going to be a fun celebration. We're hoping they bring their medals down, and that the whole community can kind of get to see the gold and silver medals that our coaches and players won over the weekend, and So.
How often? As again at the walk-in, I started to find my limited, tiny understanding of water polo is that all of the images that I see of it's played indoors in a swimming pool at an aquatic swimming facility. How often is it played out of doors in a constructed pool? I guess if you want to talk about the outline given, how often is it played outdoors in open water?
It's played a lot, and especially out in Europe, in Greece, in Croatia, they set up these fields of play in the summertime on the ocean, and they have huge leagues that kind of run. And if you kind of search for the Wild League in Croatia, it's an amazing kind of show, and everyone has kind of the smoke out, and they parade down the streets of these towns, and all the kind of boats and floaties kind of gather around the fields of play and watch them. These tournaments are crazy. So it's been done in Europe for years, and we have outdoor water polo. Like the tournament in Montreal was played outdoors in the pool there, but it's growing. Yeah, more and more people.
And you're crazy enough to want to do it here.
Why not? I mean, I can't see the difference between Croatia in the ocean in the summer and Kelowna in the lake in the summer. They're both beautiful spots to play a bit of water polo. So
I'll give you that. So listen, I got to be careful with time here, but I'm fascinated by what we're going to, because I want to know what was the reaction of individuals who you are calling upon to assist you in bringing together the infrastructure. I got to say the grandstands on the south side of the water was fabulous, but then looking at how you constructed the putting in the dockage in place and putting in the boundaries and the nets and to a degree getting the water calm enough, other than that churn being put together by the team members themselves. How tough a sell was this to the city? The city's been great. So we're playing at the site of the old aquatic pool in Kelowna. So there's a bit of a history of aquatics in that location. That was kind of the real selling point, is that we can do something, and the technology of these kind of floating fields of play has kind of advanced a little bit in the last few years. So really, it's a kind of great moment to kind of take on that that space and kind of do something really exciting there. Well, you got to be excited then to have heard, of course, the council meeting from about 3 weeks ago, where council actually talked about funding. They've actually allocated budget. They're getting ready to start driving the program forward because there is some desire to rebuild in the location that you described, the old aquatic that was mainstay of summer life in the city of Kelowna.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an awesome thing. I mean, we've had people come by that used to swim every day in the summer in the older classic, and they told stories about how they would kind of be there with their friends and like teenagers and stuff, and then the fire hall bell would ring, and that would be the sign to go home for supper. So kind of bringing that history back and kind of bring back that kind of vibe that you can do these different sports on the lake and
they had diving towers at one end. There was U-shaped grandstands because they knew that people wanted to be here in the summer to see the events, and somewhere in the back of my mind, and I don't know if this registers with you at all, but at some point in time they almost brought a Florida Everglades styled drive-by boat stacked up human display that sort of skied by on the outside of the aquatic because it was such a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge deal. I mean, people would travel all across North America to come to the kind of big aquatic competition in Kelowna. So, now we're getting people from all across Canada, and I'm really hoping, like, as we kind of build what we're doing, we'll be able to invite teams from the US and elsewhere to kind of come and play in the tournament next year.
Down Harvey Avenue or down Bernard Avenue, coming right through the center of downtown, and then marching over there to the competition, the pool of competition that you've constructed. Do you see that same sort of thing that you were describing in Hungary and wherever? You're going to see a parade of athletes with their national flags and all of the athletes gathering there to watch this all come together?
I would love that. Yeah, that would be fantastic. So yeah, if we can do a parade in 2026, and I think that would be great. So
from humble beginnings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and another exciting thing as well is we've got our first kind of sister water polo clubs just started in Vernon as well. So this past year they set up, and we had a couple of players come down and play with us, and then they been at the tournament for a couple of years since the beginning, and now they just decided to start a club up in Vernon, so they're bringing a whole team down there as well. So,
Ben Halsell, I'm just about out of time here, so I'm going to roll this back to you and say, give me, it is July 12th and 13th, give me everything else that's pertinent to the weekend.
We'll be playing all day from about 9 till 7 o'clock down at the City Park, so you won't miss us. You'll hear the whistles, and if you go to KelownaClassic.ca, then you'll see the game schedulers there and everything. There's a couple of teams that are marked with the Olympic rings. Those are the teams that have Olympians in them, so I would recommend any kids interested in getting into water polo come and kind of watch those games, and it's a great sport to get into, whether you're looking for something to cross train with for your other sports, or wanting something fun and recreational as an adult. Then yeah, come down and check it out and find out more.
Okay, so that'll be the closing note here. If a seed is going to be planted this weekend, this is the weekend to do it. What do people do after it's all over? Where do they go?
Well, we're on the lake all summer, so you can come down to Tugboat Beach on Wednesday night, Friday lunchtimes, or Saturday mornings, and kind of connect with the team. And then in the fall, in September, when things cool down a little bit, we'll be back at the pool. But you can go to KelownaWaterPolo.ca and kind of get in touch and send us an email. And we've got programs for ages 6 to 60 plus. So we'd love to see more and more people playing water polo, and also. It's exciting as well for us. They're kind of rebuilding the Parkinson Rec too, so we're going to have a little bit more space and be able to kind of build the team and hopefully become a fun but also competitive team in Canada. So,
Ben, for the second year, a pleasure to meet you and talk to you about something that you so clearly are in love with, have dedicated so much time and energy into making it happen here in the Kelowna. So there you go, folks, July 12th, 13th, this weekend. It's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous weekend. Saturday's daytime high to 31 with nothing but sunshine, and Sunday's daytime high to 32 and nothing but sunshine. Come down, hang around the site of the old aquatic right there at City Park, and take in something that really is quite a whole lot of fun to watch, even if you've never put a toe in the water in anger. It is absolutely hands down great to watch, and as you watch the team members, vaulting up out of the water and passing the ball to another team member, then swimming along and keeping the ball between your arms as you're launching an attack against the opposing goalie, and the next thing you know, you're up out of the water, and wham, that ball goes into the back of the net. You don't have to have ever done it, but you definitely can see the folks that are participating having a whole lot of fun, and who knows, it might even encourage you.